We will just stay with Christopher Columbus while we look at our next widget, the interactive image. But I'm not going to add that to this page. I actually want a brand new page for that, so I'm going to add a page after this. Pages always add after the last page in the section or in the chapter. So I'll add that page. Here's a brand new page. I'm now going to add my interactive widget. Now in my layout, I don't want a title, and I want my background to be fairly small again. Just 10 would be nice. Move that over to the side. I want this to be as big as possible on the page. Just going to click on that outside border. I get the drag handles, drag it down. I've got a wide picture, so I'll just make it a little bit wider. That'll work out rather nice. These are the interactive sections, and my image goes here. The image I have ready is an image of the Santa Maria. I want to label parts of a ship. So I'm going to drag that image over and just drop it. It grows larger. I set its size through here, and I set where I want it to be, which is pretty well centered right there. Will do nicely. And then I set the view. Now once that view is set, I can go in here and add my components. Now I have a little text file organized as well. The first one I want to show is the quarterdeck. So I'll just copy that text. I'll move my pointer to the quarterdeck, and I'll move my information box out of the way. Don't worry about it jumping around like that. We'll sort that out in a minute. Up here I'll write quarterdeck. Then I'll just move the image around, and I'm going to blow that image up big, because this is how I want it to look when I set my view. That's what I'm doing now. I'm going to set the view. In fact, over here in my widget, in my inspector widget, I'm going to show my transport controls. That shows me at the moment I'm working on number 2. There's my original. That's how I jump to number 2. And this one, naturally, will be number 1. Number 1 was the hull. I'll just copy that. Come back to here, paste it in, rename it the hull. And then I move my pointer to the hull. As I said, you don't have to worry about where you move this around until you set it. I'm going to move it there. I don't need that box to be that big. I'll make it a fairly small box, and I've got to fit the rudder under that, so I'll need to move it up there. And once again, I'm going to blow it up full screen. I want it to be viewing like that, and I'll set the view. It's a good idea to keep coming back to the front one just to see how these are fitting in. Now I need to do my third one. My third one was the keel. Just copy my little text there. Tell my phone to stop buzzing. And back on the main window here, the plus sign, that's how we get a new one. So click on the plus sign, the new one comes out, come down to keel, just drag this around. It can be a little bit fiddly to drag. You might have to click a couple of times to get them to obey you. Keel, put that in position, make it full screen because that's how I want it to look. Position it and set the view. And so on, adding the other parts of the ship. Now I'm going to be a bit like one of those TV cooking shows at the moment and just jump to my finished cake. So this is how it would look when it is finished. You can use the navigation bars just to click through the different sections of it, and each one jumps to that set view with the explanation there, or I can just jump through just by clicking these numbers. And the dotted one always takes us back to the beginning. Right, so that's adding an interactive image.